So as you can see, I have at the minute, and I've just set up my driver. This literally came in my house about an hour ago, and version 1.3. It was only released yesterday, which scares the hell out of me, but what do I know? So, what I'm doing today is I'm going to start my career mode. I haven't played a single lap of this game yet. I've literally stuck the disc in, let it do all the updates, and now I'm going to start transmitting career mode. Today I'm looking to do free practice 1 of the first mode, and I'm going to select McLaren Honda. I've always been a McLaren fan, so it kind of makes sense. The goals for the first season, it says make performance gains. This team has a past full of success. They belong at the front and they won't rest until they get back there. Although victories may be seasons away, the team expects a strong forward momentum. Driver goals will be reasonable but ambitious. I've just realised I've not done my settings, so I'm going to quickly look at settings first, if there's any on here. Oh yeah, it's triangle. So let's check the control scheme. Yeah, I'm not touching that, that's fine. Options. Sorry, I know this is probably quite boring if you're watching this. I should have done this before starting off, but I didn't think about it till just then. We'll go minimap, it's fine. Okay, so there's no difficulty settings in here then, it's just all about... What's UDP telemetry? Oh, no, I'm not going to touch that. Yeah, so that's fine. Yeah, so yeah, we're going to go with McLaren as I say. Hopefully, who do I want my teammate to be? Yeah, we'll have Fernando as my teammate, why not? Hopefully it'll give me some options here. Right, here we go. So, I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to have 100% practice, 100% qualifying, 100% races. I may decide this is a stupid idea later on and change it, but for now that's what I want to do. Okay, so difficulty you can set as a percentage. Now in the last game I managed to get myself to AI Expert. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at 80%. Well, I assume it's a percentage, it just says 80 and Expert, so I'm going to start there I think. And this could be good, it could be an absolute disaster. So we'll advance that. I'm going to suggest that's to do with picking a lower end team. Going on to weekend tyre allocation, the team will provide you with suggested tyre loadouts at the start of each race weekend. This provides you with a quick overview of the tyres allocated for each session. Whatever. You are free to alter the preset loadouts to include additional components to better match your driving style. Okay, so basically usual, it's softer, balanced or harder. And oh, that made a difference, so it makes a difference to your P3 allocation as well as your Q2 allocation apparently. So we'll just hit balanced for now. As I say, I've not played this particular game yet, I've played 2016 a lot. This is another chance to change the race distances here. Oh, race 2 distance. I'm assuming that's for the classic car racing. Okay, let's just check preferences. So race settings, we've done that already. Oh yeah, so I can change that before each race as well. That's good. We'll go simulation damage, safety car on. Rules and flags have to be on apparently. Regular corner cutting, we'll have the formation up because it gives me a chance to give it a little commentary. Manual race starts. Yeah. Okay. Assists. Drive efficiency custom. So Okay, so it gave me the option to load my settings from the last game, and it obviously has done a good job. We're going to turn off pit release assist, that's a new thing as well. So we'll keep that off. I'm going to keep the 3D dynamic racing line at least for practice. We'll see how we're getting on before we change qualifying. I like my traction control. Oh, it's 3D or 2D? We'll go 3D anyway, it's fine. So I'm guessing this is why most YouTubers actually play it a few times before they go on, but I wanted to come in absolutely live. So that's what we're doing. Okay. So we'll leave them as they are, and weather, time of day, there is no option there whatsoever. It's dynamic and official. So here we go. So I'm looking to start this before 10:30, and we're at 10:29. So yeah, we're going to get through as quickly as possible into FP1. It's an hour and a half session. The reason for stopping at 12 is that's when the actual Formula 1 is on in a bit. So I want to just take a break so I can watch the qualifying. Then we'll come back to do free practice 2 and maybe free practice 3 this afternoon. We'll see how we're going. Oh, here we go. We're going to Emma Jenkins' office.
Yes, and I respect that. But my client has a championship to contest. So if you want our participation, I'm afraid the concessions are mandatory. Yes, that's fine. Get back to me when you can. Goodbye. No one ever just signs the contract. Anyway, thanks for coming by on such short notice. I just needed to cover a couple of quick things with you before you race. Firstly, as requested, is a copy of your contract. It's a rolling deal. However, the team reserves right of termination if you fail to meet performance standards. You're second driver for now, but work hard, hit your targets, and I'll be able to sweeten the deal. I'm also looking to get you into some invitational events throughout the season. The experience and exposure from these will be great for your image. Plus, you'll get to drive some nice historic cars. Now then, go get ready for the next session, and good luck.
So there we go. Dear Chris, welcome to the McLaren Honda Formula 1 team. We're delighted to have you on board and look forward to working closely with you over the upcoming seasons. We will start you as our second driver alongside your teammate Fernando Alonso. We expect you to work together to help develop the car and the team as quickly as possible. Now let's get out there and win some points. Kind regards, team management. They couldn't put names in, Eric Boulier or whoever else is running McLaren these days. Whatever. So we'll continue with that, that's fine. So, this seems to be the hospitality area. It seems to have opened up now. You can see we have an open roof. I wonder how good that is in the rain. There's our phone. Our laptop is down there. Let's open up the laptop. Within the laptop, you can manage your career while off the track. When you're ready, head to the team garage and start your first practice session. So I'm already running slightly late, but that's fine. I normally do some flying lap starts. I'll do some pit lane starts as well, just to get used to the pit limiter. So looks like I can change this using our 1 hour one. So I'm just going to vehicle management, getting into never mind. There are 6 components which make out the power unit as a whole. Each component type has its own vulnerabilities, which will contribute to wear. So driving style and circuit type will be a key factor on how long each component can last. As a component becomes worn, it will have negative side effects, which will have pronounced effects on the vehicle performance. Component lifespans can drastically improve through purchasing R&D upgrades on durability department. As per the official regulations, there are 4 instances of each component type to last the season. These can be freely swapped between sessions, or in some cases even during the sessions, but will have a time cost. Should the need for additional components arise, more can be requested, but will result in a grid drop penalty. We're in McLaren, we're getting grid drop penalties. Let's be honest. So I'll go back to the screen just so I can see what's there. So on the left you've got the news feed, which looks like it's going to be pretty similar to the news feed of the last game. You get a quick tire update as to what you selected. The weather forecast, which says mixed conditions on track. That only really tells you one session. And new location. Welcome to the Artbook Park, Melbourne, home of the Australian Grand Prix. I like adding words for some reason today. In the middle is my rivalry. There is no rivalry yet, however I expect that will be Fernando I'll be against. On the right is my personal details. It likes to put surnames in all capitals with first names with smalls. Strange. So we've got Chris Taylor, CJT, no current rival, no resource points, no career score. Season objective is 17th. Team approval, second driver, and it looks like I'm in the green in that bar. Currently performing as expected. Well, I haven't performed yet. So back to vehicle management. So it's L1 and R1 I'm using here. I'm on the PlayStation 4 in case you can't guess, by the way. The expected lifespan of my current setup is 377 laps. I've got an internal combustion engine, which there's 4 options of. A motor generator unit, kinetic. Motor generator unit heat. An energy store, turbocharger, and control electronics. And obviously being the first race of the season, these are all green. If I press R2, I can see the gearbox. Now, it states I've got 4 for the season, which is technically correct. They have to last 6 races. However, if I fail to finish, I should, if all works out, be able to go to the next gearbox without penalty. I guess I'll find out if I have any failed finishes. I'm not going to read all that text there. And then weekend tire allocations. Too late to change now. Once you're in the weekend, you're stuck with it. But this is just for your reference. So P1 I'm expected to use the soft and super softs. P2 ultra soft and super softs. P3 same again. So I only have 2 soft tyres. And the second one is the mandatory tyre during the race. Interesting. Okay, and then you get some tutorials here, which there's quite a few more tutorials than last time. I'm not going to play them all here. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to jump into practice 1, where no doubt Jeff will have some words for me. I'll say that because he did on F1 2016, so I'm making an assumption here. Wow, they got the official thing.
Welcome to our viewers from around the globe. You join us just as today's practice session for the Australian Grand Prix is about to start. I'm here with Anthony Davidson once again. Nice to see you, Ant, and I wanted to ask you about how you go about improving the car over the course of a practice session. How much would you say is already known from the pre-race simulations, and how much do you have to do, how much do you have to work on with a real car on a real circuit?
Well, that's a good question, Crofty, and I suppose the simple answer is that there's no such thing as too much information. As you say, the bigger teams have very complex simulations, vast numbers of clever people crunching the numbers back at base, but what they can't tell you is stuff like how the track condition's going to be, or what the temperature's going to be doing over the course of the day, and how all of that's going to be interacting with the tyre. There are so many millions of tiny variables involved in getting these cars around a racetrack quickly, but the computer can't tailor the car to a driver's specific balance requirements. At some point, you still need to put a human being in there and have them feel it through the seat of their pants. And that's why we end up with different drivers having different setups. So what I'm trying to say is, Crofty, nothing beats on-track testing.
Okay, so apparently I've got to press X for Gary's tutorial.
In the unforgiving world of Formula One, free practice sessions are a vital part of any Grand Prix weekend. During your F1 career, you'll be able to utilise these sessions to complete practice programmes which will help you learn the track and earn you points that can be invested in developing your car. You'll also be able to adjust your car setup over the course of these sessions to try and find those extra fractions of a second.
Morning, Jeff here. I'm looking forward to working with you as your race engineer. Hope you've had a good night's sleep because we've got a lot of work to do today to prep for the season ahead. We're ready to fire up the car, so why not head out and get a few laps under your belt?
That sounds like a brilliant idea. So, we're going to press square for session info. So, look at that. So we have 5 practice programs plus some team objectives. So team objectives are Fast Sector 1 and Fast Sector 3, self-explanatory. Top Speed, self-explanatory. Consistent, set 3 consecutive fast laps. And
Okie dokie, we like to get a tyre wear program done on at least one compound during these sessions. We can get some good strategy and development information, so it's worth the effort.
Thanks for interrupting, Jeff. Informed strategy, complete race strategy program with 2 different tyre compounds. I'll come back to the practice programs in a second. The overview tells me it's going to be sunny for the foreseeable. I'm guessing if I wait long enough it'll tell me when the rain starts. I'll keep an eye on that while I'm talking about the rest. So on the top it says, basically, I've not set a time. I'm currently first because it decided that's the case. They've got the map at the bottom where you can see Hulk is out on circuit, Hulkenberg. Okay, looks like an all sunny session according to that report. If I press triangle, yeah, that's not changed. So that's P2 is all sunny, P3 is all sunny. Qualifying will rain at the start, so the first experience of rain will be the first qualifying
If you want to
session.
have specific information or make certain changes to the car during a pit stop, you can tell me what you want over the radio. Press and hold the radio button to activate the system, and you can either speak the command or select it manually from the radio screen that will appear on the multifunction display. While the radio is active, cycle through the command groups with the MFD button.
So Jeff has a lot to say today, apparently, but that's fine. So qualifying will be your first experience of rain, and then the race should be dry, but will get cloudy. Obviously, there's no timings yet. I can take a look at the live TV feed and see Hulkenberg on circuit, and I can choose to end the session. However, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go in and do a track acclimatization program, which it recommends doing on the soft tyre. I don't think it... Well, the last game didn't give me a choice, it just happened, so let's see what this does. Oh, this gives me a choice, wow, nice. So, I only have 1 set of softs. It reckons the soft will last 43 laps, wow. Okay, and let's start that then. And we're going to drive out, as I said, because I need to practice leaving the pit lane. And this is my first lap on F1 2017. Okay, so it's... Triangle is also DRS. Triangle is going to be well used in this game, I suspect. Oh yeah, I'm playing on a pad as well. I've not got a steering wheel at this time. To be honest, currently my PlayStation is set up in my living room, so there's nowhere for me to set up a steering wheel. At some point I may move it upstairs to my office and I could actually fit the steering wheel onto the end of my desk then, but right now it's not suitable to do that, I don't think. So far so good, nice and easy to control. Slight bit of understeering there, but we got away with it. As we start our practice program, here we go.
DRS zone is coming up. Get ready to open it. Distances on your MFT.
So I've already got the team objective for top speed. Ooh, slightly missed that gate, so it goes green. Totally missed that gate, okay. That's fine. Not sure what happened there.
Good work. You seem to have a solid handle on the lap. Let's try and perfect each turn. Remember that chaining good corners together will give you a consistency bonus.
Okay, so we got a green lap there, we're aiming for a purple lap now. So I overshot that corner a little bit, but that's not so bad. Ooh. I think that was the corner I missed last time. Or was it this one? Got it. Excellent.
Great stuff. You pretty much nailed this circuit. This is a really strong foundation to build from over the weekend.
So this is just a lap for the sake of doing a lap now, because I've already achieved the purple objective. I've got my 50 points for this practice program. And as I'm in a McLaren, I probably should save the engine and go straight back into the pits. So that's what I'm going to do actually. I'm just going to slow it down now. So let's take a quick look at the MFD actually in the bottom right then. So I've just opened it up by pressing circle. I'm going to put myself in lean mix because there's no point using any of the engine. So it looks like I can change the brake bias there. And the differential is one down. Repair wing damage has an auto setting. Now I don't really mess with these settings normally. I don't pretend to be an expert on these games. That's my tyre wear rates and my damage, which is 0 at the minute. And temperatures, which again, not really too fussed by. The engine components, it all 0 at the minute. Right, I'm putting my foot down now because I'm practicing the pit entry. Oh, you get to engage your own pit limiter this time. Okay. That was weird. You may have got a very quick glimpse of the last part of the MFD there, which was a very small section just saying how much fuel you've got remaining. That might be different in the race, I'm not sure yet. Interesting that you can hear the track commentary in the background. That's a new thing. Can't hear it so well once you're in this mode, but so you can see.
One of the programs we should probably do before qualifying is the qualifying program. Let's prepare ourselves as best we can. We don't want to find ourselves starting at the back.
You sounded so prepared to say that then. Okay, so you can see how well I did on this. So, average speed going into corner 3 and 4, but optimal position. Same for 6 and 7. And 14. So 3 and 4 is where Brundle proved it was the Australia is upside down, and the car park that follows. 6 and 7 is the next major corner after that. Okay, yeah, let's see where they all are. So, with that in mind, I suppose we should do a time management program. Now, the time management program is now 3 laps. It used to be 10 laps. So, what's changed here? It recommends doing it on the super soft. However, I tend to do one on each type of tyre. So, I'm going to do one on the soft tyre first. The reason being, it gives you a better idea of how much each tyre is going to wear during the race. It gives you your, at least this is.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1:32.7.
We'll worry about fast stop later. Based on 2016, if you use each of the tyres and do a time management program on each one, your engineer, at least it seemed, they had a better idea of how to set up your strategy for you when you went into the race. So, I'm going to start on the soft tyre one, because we're only going to see the soft tyre in this particular session. I'm going to do flying lap again. Oh, sorry, I'm going to do flying lap for this time, so this will save me a minute or two. So, accelerator's down. It's saving a checkpoint in the top left. So yeah, this is one of the times where I was a bit slow on entry. So the idea is to have the minimal tyre wear whilst hitting the target lap time. Oh, and that's not going to help things. Pay attention, Chris. Okay, I think this lap's a bust then. Okay.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
I'm sure there is. Not really worried about that right now. Standard mix, okay, fine. Thought I might be in lean still, but no, I'm in standard. Right, that's the last screen on the MFD I was talking about. Fuel remaining and fuel mix. At least I think that's going to be the last screen. Yeah, it is. It'd be interesting to flick through that during the race to see how different it is. Right, that's a warm-up lap, and even though... Oh, really? Oh!
What happened? Let me know you're okay.
Oh, that wasn't on the cards! Wow. What did I do there? So I went wide, and when I came back on circuit, yeah, it just snapped. Yeah, okay, so I now know I need to be careful going onto circuits. Now here's the question. I hadn't decided on this rule, whether I was going to use flashbacks or not. So if I was to go back, I can flash back to here. I'll probably flash back to here, actually, try and avoid the gravel altogether. Yeah, so probably there. I think practice programs, I should allow myself flashbacks. Certainly in Season 1. But not for qualifying or the race. If I crash out in qualifying or the race, tough. I think that's the best way to do this. So we're going to go flashback. There we go. Oh, it gave me a trophy called Deja Vu as well. Nice. That's better. So that was a practice lap, literally. Let's do better this time. So I did actually manage green tyre wear. So I did good there.
We need to pick up the pace. We're not hitting our target. We'll need to rerun the program if we don't get the time delta back in the green.
Yeah, I am aware. Oh, wow. Even with braking assist, and I must admit I'm on medium braking assist, and even with the Dynamic Racing 9, it's easy to overshoot the corner. This actually is a challenge, and I like a challenge. I'm looking at the tight lap time, even though I knew I missed from overshooting that corner. I have a bit of a minor issue that it's still going down anyway, so this practice program could go totally wrong here. Oh man, I'm really not doing well here. Right, let's go again. So you might have seen I've just set my fuel mix to rich. But I did kind of miss my braking point on the first corner. Okay, went too early. And now my tyre wear's going red. That's not good. So let's pick up some tricks from the old game. Oh, that's not a trick from the old game, that's just getting it wrong. So, okay, we're creeping back into the green. Remember, I'm going to run this on all 3 tyres. It's not so bad if I get a green lap instead of a purple lap on this set. But it is bad if I don't actually get a lap time. Oh wow, they've saved that as well. On the old game, you could hold triangle.
Practice program over. That's all we need for now. Return to the garage pronto.
Okay, I got green. You could hold triangle as you enter the DRS zone, and it would turn on the DRS straight away. Now, if you're holding triangle, it ignores you. So I'm glad they fixed that one. Okay, if I'm reading the top left sorry, correctly, I'm 12th out of 12 people to set a lap. Oh, exceeded track limits. Yeah, I got my first warning. Whoopsies. Let's go back down to standard.
You're nearly out of fuel. Almost out of fuel. You need to pit within the next 2 laps. Come in this lap, please. Box this lap.
I was going to say, if I fit in the next 2 laps, I'm going to run out of fuel. I've got 0.69 of a lap fuel left. So we're going to go back into the pit lane. This time let's try and get the pit limiter right. Not a bad attempt. Not the greatest though. So it looks like pit entry is going to be quite difficult to work out. So it's now 11 o'clock. Let's just see how much time is left on the session before we go any further. Come on. So there's 67 minutes remaining, so that flashback has actually cost me, it gave me 7 minutes, but I didn't need that 7 minutes.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 32.2.
And that's a little concerning because Fernando's managing a 1:29, but he is on super softs. So we're going to do the next practice program, fuel saving. That recommends doing it on super softs. I don't think it matters about tyre usage for this one, so we're just going to stick with that. If I can get all the practice programs done in this session, I'll be amazed. In fact, I won't do qualifying pace in this session for several reasons. Let's have a look. Yeah, I've not done a fast sector 1 or sector 3 yet. That'll probably be qualifying pace. Consistent, again, I'll probably do that on qualifying pace or race strategy. And informed strategy, I've got to do race strategy in 2 different compounds to get that. Okay, fine. Let's do fuel saving though. And I'm going to stick with super softs. I can actually choose any of the tyres that I have for practice apparently. Let's go. Flying lap, yeah, because leaving the pit lane is easy. Just make sure you hit triangle when you pass the line. Here we go.
In this program, we want you to focus on fuel-saving technique. Lift and coast through corner entry to save as much as you can while keeping under the minimum lap time. There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
So this is an interesting one. My fuel saving's been in the red throughout. My lap time has been in the red throughout. This time I can't rely on Rich Mix to get me a good lap time. Lifting and coasting doesn't seem to do much good. So I managed to get it touching the green there. It still affects it. No, it's gone red again. Just driving normally is keep putting in the red, which is frustrating. I'm going to do something a little bit unusual here. I'm going to go down to... Oh. I can't change the fuel mix. I'm stuck. Cheeky little... Yeah. Oh man, done it again.
Engine off, engine off.
Yeah. So yeah, as I said, I'm going to agree to do flashbacks during practice, but not during the race or qualifying. So it looks like I'm going to have to do some setup changes to make this work. It's not a case of you can just open the box, play the game, and not worry about the setup. You absolutely have to do some setup changes to make this work. And I've always considered myself a casual gamer, so I don't play this professionally at all. I've got the lap time this time, I just haven't got the fuel saving. No, there goes lap time into red. Yeah, okay. So I'm getting the idea here. We're going to have to do some setup changes for certain. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do any more practice programs. I'm going to return to garage using the menu here. Actually, I've not looked at this menu yet. No, I'm not going to. I'm just going to return to garage. So we've got setup is under triangle. You can choose any of the 5 preset car setups by pressing on your choice.
So far is a 132.2.
You can also customize any of these by adjusting the sliders. When changes have been made, press to save. So, I'm thinking we need to increase our speed. So I'm going to use a preset for now. So I'll go to preset 4, which to give you an idea what that means. Oh, you press X to view. So it's going to bring the front wing down to 4 and rear wing down to 4.
We'll make the changes you requested.
He loves to interrupt me. Yeah. I would love to say I understand this. I've got to be 100% honest here and say I'm not of a full understanding of all this side of things. As a casual gamer, I would have just changed the preset and done that. So we'll go with preset 4. Let's go out straight onto a flying lap. So I'm not worrying about practice program here. I'm just doing a flying lap to see how fast I go. tapped the DRS button a fraction too early, which meant it didn't register till afterwards. Okay, someone's approaching from behind. Sergio Perez. There is a huge power difference there, and that's incredible. Now the delta shows I was under on that lap time, sorry, over on that lap time even. Which means, well, it could have been impacted by traffic. So it's hard for me to draw any reasonable conclusion from that. But it also means that the setup might not be right. So I think Grosjean's going to go for me again on this straight here. I know. Stayed behind. Because he's going in the pits. Okay. So this is the cleanest lap I'm going to get here. I'm leaving it on standard mix for now. There's nobody to worry about approaching from behind. Oh, that's a bit wrong, but never mind, that's my fault. And even with that, this lap time is a tenth faster. Oh, that gave me a consistent on my team objective, that's good news. Okay, so I'm going to pit in at this point. I'm going to look at the next preset strategy. which is maximum top speed. So we'll go out and do a flying lap on that. Okay, so a big problem there for me at the minute is still the DRS zone. I still try to press it a fraction too early, which means I have to go in for a second press, meaning I'm quite late pressing it. So I pressed it spot on that time. Wow. So that lap's a bust. So I'll let Hamilton go there because, quite frankly, I'm in a lap that's failed. So I might as well just make the next lap a bit easier on myself. Now I'm finding I'm not really paying attention to the heads-up displays on this game. It's, I can see in the top right quite quickly I've got a red lap time, but I'm not really paying attention to how far out it is. And the last game, I think I noticed it a lot more. Brake there. Okay, so despite going to a better top speed, supposedly anyway, this is actually a slower lap. So I'm going to return to the garage, and we're going to try going the other way on the strategy, increasing the downforce. I can't see this being the solution. I think the solution may well have been increased top speed instead of maximum, but we'll try increase downforce. And you saw that it said 41 minutes left, I think it was. So all the flying lap out and then return to garage back in has actually brought me back more in line with my...
Our best lap so far is a 1 minute 32.1.
Actually, that reminds me, I'll have a look, but more in line with my plan to finish ready for the qualifying. Wow. A newbie in a poor car, admittedly, 1.5 seconds slower than the next car along. Wow. Ho ho ho. Challenge. Which I'm happy about, but at the same time I'm kind of a bit scared now. But anyway, let's see how we go. So what I'd expect with this setup is we'll be slower on the straights but quicker in the corners. And it's a matter of which makes the bigger difference here, the straights or the corners. Right now I'm starting to feel like that lap I did before to get the 132 was a fluke, and that worries me. So let's go again. So unsurprisingly, I'm already a tenth down when we get to the first corner. Going around the first corner, I'm still losing time. Ah, that's not good. So, yeah, top speed's probably the better way here. Going around turn 3, and oh yeah, I get a little bit of time back, but it's not enough to reset to 0 yet. And I actually lose time through turn 4 through a bad line. Turn 6, I'm getting a bit of time back, but I'm half a second down now. Well, this is a really slow corner, so I'd expect to gain time here. And I did gain a 10th, effectively. But now I'm losing that 10th on this long curved straight, ironically. So we're down to plus 3.5 tenths. Whoa! It's gone green. Five hundredths of a second faster in the end, which is surprising. So my delta is now reset to that. So I was going to come in after this, but I think I'm going to do another lap now just to see. Oh, well, there you go. Tell you what, let's practice that pit entry again. We'll increase downforce to maximum, and again we'll see if we go quicker. And what I'll probably do between sessions, so while I'm waiting for, while I'm watching qualifying, is I'll probably bring my laptop up and have a look to see what setups the pros are putting on here. And we'll try and fit that for P Practice 2. See if it makes any reasonable difference. So here we go, into the pit lane again. Right, so I see the distance there, so we're going to brake there. I did notice the dynamic racing guy told me when to brake for the pit lane then. Which is something it didn't do in the old game, so I wasn't really paying attention for that just then. But we'll have a look into it in a minute. So, what was I going to do? Oh yeah, set up Come on, give me the pad. Thank you. I don't think this is the right setup, but I'm going to go for it.
Best lap so far is a 1:32.0.
Yeah, but we need to get a 1:30. Here we go. Missed my cue there. I say I tapped it just a fraction too early again. This is why we have practice though, right? Now I'm just realising that I am putting a lot of laps onto these tyres. So, and yeah, look at that, they're 34% worn, the worst tyre. So I might need to go back onto the soft tyres. I don't want to particularly go into my Q2, sorry, FP2 allocation yet. Oh wow, I've already worn some of my engine compartments a bit as well. This could be interesting. We'll have a look at that in the garage in a minute. So that was pretty much me messing around that lap, as I seem to do on the first lap of every stint right now. Can't do that in qualifying. There we go. Missed my cue again. It possibly costs me a tenth every time I miss the DRS button too early. I doubt it'll be much more than that, to be honest with you. So we're going to go one more time on these tyres and this setup, see if we can get a decent lap out of it, and then we'll return to the harder soft compound. Oops, there we go. Excuse me. Oops. For some reason I chose to deactivate my DRS on the start line, but I put it back on straight away, so... Right, I got my DRS spot on that time, and I'm still losing time on this straight, so... Yeah, this setup isn't going to work, I don't think. Oh, warning for speeding in the pit lane, so hitting the marks there didn't work out as well as I planned to. That's annoying. Never mind, at least it's only a warning in these sessions. It's not a grid penalty or anything like that. €1,000 fine, I think the teams get. Well, I think it varies depending on what speed they're caught at, but yeah, they get a fine. It's a very handsy arm they have for that TV. Okay, so let's just zoom into the TV for now. Again, looking at timings. And again, I'm seeing that we are 1.472 away from Pascal Wehrlein. So we've tried all default setups, and it's improved it a little bit, but not much at all. So
far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 32.0.
I was just looking at that that map there when I'm on the fuel saving. And you can see the splotches of green and red on there. Red being on the entry to certain corners. Now, there's no explanation on here. If I view overview, fuel management program tests the driver's ability to save fuel by lifting and coasting whilst maintaining a competitive overall lap time. A proficient fuel saver can go faster over the course of a Grand Prix as they can start the race with less fuel. This lowers the car's mass and in turn improves performance. During the fuel management program, you can maximize fuel saving by lifting the throttle towards the end of long straights and coasting up to the braking zone. Remember, your braking point will be later to compensate for lower corner entry speed. But that map really doesn't help me understand where what I'm doing wrong. I mean, based on the stats there, I need an extra 0.12 lap of fuel compared to an average driver. But again, it doesn't tell me much. Okay.
This first race of the season is always quite difficult for us trackside, and for those back at the factory as well, as it's the first time the car has run since winter testing. The more consistent mileage you can get in these sessions, the happier we'll be.
So I'm just going to take a quick look at these here. If I was to change these, it would cost me some time, but I'm not going to. So I'm still expected another 298 laps on the lifespan. It started at 321, so I've already used 23 laps of the expected lifespan. I don't think I've done 23 laps, have I? Let's have a quick look. I might have done. I've only done 16 laps, oh dear. So I'm wearing my engines more than I should be doing them, basically. So, this is not going so well at the minute. Oh yeah, I was going to change tyres. Idiot. We'll get there. So I'm going to fit the softs back on, because they're less worn at the minute, and they should actually be quicker right now. So like I say, I've got some people joining me at the minute. I am still in free practice 1 right now. I'm going straight on flying lap here. What I'm trying to do, as I say, is I'm trying to get a lap time that isn't last. At the minute, I'm 1.5 seconds off the pace of the next car along. But I don't know if it's my setup or my driving or what. I just can't quite get it. But we'll keep trying. At the end of FP1, I'm going to go offline while the qualifying is on for the real Spa, the real Belgian Grand Prix. And I'll come back online for FP2, probably 3 o'clock-ish is my plan at the minute. I do have some assists on at the minute because this is the first time of me playing this particular game. I am playing it on a pad rather than a wheel. And for the purposes of practice only, I am allowing myself to use flashbacks. When it comes to qualifying in the race, if I make a mistake, it is tough. But for practice, I've used my flashbacks twice to recover from terminal crashes. Oh man.
Okay, you have a fair bit of damage to the front wing. It will affect performance. Damaged front wing will affect performance.
I bet they've never crashed there in real life. I don't know what I just did there. I'm not going to flash back for that. I'll come in and I'll replace the front wing. It's not terminal damage, so it's not worth it. Oh! Oh, that's ugly. Got it spot on that time. Oh. Strange. Oh, wow. So
Car repairs have set us back a little. So far, our fastest lap is a 1:32.0.
So that's interesting. The bottom left is saying front wing repair time, 1 minute 30 seconds now. I can skip repair time by pressing X, which I'm going to do now, but I guess that gives you an option to change setup whilst it's doing your repairs. So that time's now been skipped. We have 14 minutes 30 seconds of this session remaining. We're going to go to a flying lap again. So here we go again. So I have gone back to balance setup. Just to see if the tyres are making a difference. And it's interesting because you can see on the Delta how much difference the corners are making compared to the straights. So I've seen it flip between red and green several times, going green on the straights, red through a corner. Now we seem to be solid green, which I'm on this reasonable straight. Oh, it's not by much though. Yeah, and as you saw as we're going through there, it flicked red, and obviously I've got that wrong there, so it's now solid red for certain. So we're not going to beat this lap time now because I got that a little bit wrong, but it proves that, quite frankly, the setup isn't making as great a difference as I thought. Oh man, except for the fact I'm struggling to stay on track now. Here we go, so foot down, let's go again. Stay on track a bit better this time. Wonderful, car leaving the pit lane. Looked like a Toro Rosso, but can't see it now, so I don't know who it was. So that was a good exit to that corner. Carlos Sainz. That was the Toro Rosso that came out of the pit lane. He's now going to hound me during the closing stages of this lap, but I'm on a lap, he's not, so tough. Well, that wasn't very nice now, was it? So my lap time was improving there. But I'm going to return to the garage because I think I've pretty much used up the best I can out of these tyres now. And I don't think it's worth me going on to another practice programme. So, as much as I've still got 7 minutes of this session to exploit, I don't think I've got any useful time anymore, which is frustrating. Because I'm 5.5 seconds off the best lap. Am I even within the 107% rule? So what I'm just going to do is I'm just getting a calculator up on my phone. I'm going to put in 86.437, multiply that by 1.07 to give the 107% rule. 92.487, so that's 132.487. I am within half a second of the 107% rule.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 32.0.
That's actually a little disappointing. So, I'm not going to get a faster lap in this session. I can tell that already. So instead of worrying about it, I'm going to call this session to a close. I don't know, do I go out and do another lap just for the sake of it? Because I'm not going to improve, but it'll probably help me learn a bit more. Yeah, we'll go out on track again. Might as well take a checkered flag here. Might be the only checkered flag I see at this rate. So, yeah, this is good. So what I'm going to do is just do 2 flying laps. At the end of the second flying lap, I expect the checkered flag will be out. After which, I will close this session off, and I will see you after qualifying. I'll give it to about 3 o'clock this afternoon to give me time to look up a few things as well, see if we can get a better strategy in general. Oh, yes! That's my first overtake. That really wasn't what I was intending to do on this one, but I'll take an overtake. Thing is, he'll be up to speed towards the end of the lap and he'll overtake me back, but I'll take it. Okay, so... Uh-oh, he's right there. Let him go. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to let him go for a second. I'm going to snap it in rich mix and we're going to go for an absolutely super lap to end the practice on. So here we go, there's 1 minute 15 left in the session as we cross the line. And considering the best lap is a 1:25, I think it said. we know the session will end after this lap.
Thinking it might be a good idea to run fuel mix 1 for this session. Save some engine mileage that way.
No, I want a decent lap. Why are you telling me at the end of the session you think it'd be a good idea to run fuel mix 1 for this session? Oh, Bottas is about to pass me. Wow, he didn't even try. Okay, that was a corner cut and a half from me. But I kinda knew this lap is over anyway, so... Mind you, I don't think it called me out for that. I didn't see a warning come up. Right, there's the checkered flag. Practice is complete. So we should see the checkered flag as we cross the gantry here. Didn't see it. So I finished that session last. That's a pretty dire start to my Formula 1 career mode.
Now over the line, your top 3 again are Raikkonen, Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel. That concludes an interesting practice session. Let's hope for more excitement as the weekend unfolds.
Yeah. I mean, basically what I've just done there is qualify, well not qualify, but practice last with my teammates nearly 3 seconds faster than me in a lap. And if we go to the race director, you can go to the instance here, and I've got 1 exceeded track limits and 1 speeding in the pit lane, so that's a pretty poor session for me. There was some corner cutting in the last corners apparently, that invalidated a couple of laps. Crossing the pit exit, crossing the white line of pit exit. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to advance there. Because I just want to see what comes after this. And at that point I'm going to end the broadcast, once we've gone through whatever comes up. This is taking a little longer to load than expected. Ah, here we go. Oh, excellent. So actually we're going into the engineering section first.
Ah, you got my message. Perfect. Welcome to Home Away from Home. We get more real-time data from the factory now than ever before, and it all comes through here. So I have to spend more time checking over the reports and less time hunting you down in the hospitality suite. To that end, Sorry, just a sec. Yeah, Chris, is this important? I'm in the middle of something.
Hey, I'm Chris, not him.
Huh, okay. Right. Well, that makes no sense. Have Sarah reset the simulation and run it again. Okay. Sorry about that. As I was saying, we've set up a desk for you at the front here. You can get onto the network from your laptop, so make sure to check the R&D screen regularly. And let us know how you want to use the data that we've collected over the weekend and through the practice programs. Also, bear in mind that the news from the factory won't always be good. Sometimes tests fail, like you've seen just now. And when that happens, we have to divert additional resources to fix it. C'est la vie, I'm afraid.
Didn't know McLaren was French. But it's no surprise that things go wrong. So, instruction to resource points. Resource points provide you with a way to allocate funding to specific areas of development. Spending your resource points is key to improving the car and the team's overall performance. You will gain the majority of your resource points for successfully completing practice programs, with additional points gained for putting in a strong performance in both qualifying and race sessions. The team have allocated you 3,000 resource points to help kick off development. That's very generous of them. And what did I get for that session? Well, I participated, so I got 10. I got 50 for the track acclimatization program, getting a perfect. 30 for a pass on tire management. 10 for doing 20 laps. Points are capped at 10 laps, so as long as you do 10 laps in practice, you're going to get 10 points. I passed 2 team objectives. I had 2 infractions, so I lost 6 points out of the 10 I gained for my disciplinary record. Oh dear. And I get a bonus allocation of 3,000, so I've got 3,114 points. So we're going to go into the laptop here. And it's a similar sort of screen, although you get a lot more now. So we've got upgrades. We can view the R&D tree. Now, I've seen this in videos from other YouTubers. It is huge. Apparently, the word is it will take 7 seasons to achieve everything on here. Now, even though I'm in a McLaren and really I should look at durability, the biggest issue I'm seeing is power. So I'm thinking we'll start with power. What are these two up here? So, department efficiency, enhancement stage factory improves efficiency, meaning 10% less resource points are required to create new high-performance powertrain related upgrades. That will cost 600. Quality will upgrade, which means it reduces the chance of a new high-performance powertrain upgrade failing by 7.5%. That costs 300. And the actual ignition system, oh wow! Look how low McLaren and Honda are compared to the rest of the teams on that. That'll cost me 1,000 to develop. Now I'm just going to quickly look at the other areas, so what we can develop straight away. So again, it's got efficiency and quality. So this is, what was this? Aerodynamics. Now we're in the middle for that, so I'm not so bored about that, I don't think. Let's look at the chassis. We're fairly high up for our chassis. And durability. There really is nothing to say there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at durability. So we'll confirm that upgrade. And that's going to take 1 week, which actually means 1 race week. So if it's not a race week, it don't count. We're going to upgrade the ignition system. Estimated delivery Bahrain, part impact minor. But we're going to... No! Trophy earned. Chris knows best. I will look at the trophy description before the next session. And I shall talk to you about trophies later. I'm going to improve the efficiency, because I feel like this is going to be an important area, and the quality of the parts delivered by this area. That leaves me 714 points. I've got to be honest, I think I'd rather say, well, I'm going to press square to see what the recommended upgrade is. Nothing's happening, so if I go here and press square, nothing. Go here, press square, nothing. Yeah, I think I've done all that's recommended. So I'm going to leave it at that. You can see R&D in progress, I've got those two. One will be delivered in China, so durability of all power unit components will be improved by 10%. And the engine power will be upgraded by Bahrain, or Bahrain, whatever you want to call it. Obviously there's no progress to talk of yet. Okay. My biggest concern here is how much wear I've put on the powertrain already. It's incredible. And the gearbox as well. So I suspect, I'm in a McLaren, I'm expecting penalties. Reputation level and driver standing and construction. So reputation level, I think we'll probably talk more about that after qualifying on the race. Based on what I've seen in the videos online, this seems to be improved or reduced based on how you perform. Driver standing is obvious. This is where you stand currently against all the other cars. It's not based on anything right now, but it will be when we get there. And constructors standing the same. By the time we get through the end of the first race, this will mean something. Leaderboards. I've never really bothered with leaderboards, to be honest with you. And trophies, I'm not expecting any trophies during this first season, if I'm being honest with you. I think this first season is all about upgrading the powertrain at McLaren. I've only watched one of these. I'll probably watch some more before we go into the next session. But I think that's it for now, guys. As I say, I'm going to go offline now so I can watch the qualifying of the real Formula 1. Just noticing the news feed's updated with my perfect pass and fail. Nice symmetry. So I'm going to watch the real Formula 1 for the next couple of hours. And then by 3 o'clock I'll be back online for practice 2. So I will see you all then.